What God cannot do does not exist. Hi, my name is Jennifer and I am making this testimony from South Africa, and I am making this testimony on behalf of my son who is 8 years old. I joined this platform on the 3rd of January 2023. My friend Juliet sent me the link. She has been sending me this link since last year, but I never took it seriously. But this year I wanted something different for my spiritual life and for my physical life. On the 23rd of January, my son came home from school saying he had a stomach ache. Thinking it was just one of those things, I said, okay, go drink some water, go to toilet, maybe you should be fine. Yeah, when he did all that, he came back, said the pain is still there. I said, where? Show me specifically. He touched his lower right at his tummy. On getting to the doctor's office, he carried out physical exam. He placed his hand on slightly above his head and asked him to jump. When he jumps, he will clutch at that place. The doctor also told him to lie down, sort of, touching his tummy. When he got to that place, he will also, kind of cinch to the pain and stuff. And he also tried to pull his right leg, backwards, and then the same reaction, and was like, he has a case of appendicitis. Hey, yeah? And I said, appendicitis? Children, they get appendicitis. I said that he's sorry, he knows that it's not news that we want to hear, but he has to refer us to the hospital, that can handle it. The referral note he gave us, he wrote acute appendicitis. We headed to the hospital. On getting there, another doctor, she looked at the note, also did a physical exam on him, and was like, that we have to proceed to the emergency unit, the emergency ward. We got to the emergency ward. The doctor there said, okay, she has seen the notes, the transfer letter. We have to carry out some tests. They did a urine test. She came and took some blood. They're going to do a blood test. In the meantime, she sent us for x-ray and ultrasound. He wasn't walking now. He couldn't walk at this point, so they gave us a wheelchair. I wheeled him for those tests. This was on a Tuesday, and I couldn't join live the prayer because all this was going on at that point. So I kept praying while we were waiting there in the ward for the test results. What God cannot do does not exist. Meanwhile, while we were waiting, they gave him pain meds, and they also gave him some antibiotics. While we were waiting there, when the blood test came, she said that the blood test indicates an early infection of the appendix, and they don't have a pediatric surgeon in that hospital, so they have to refer us to a hospital that has a pediatric surgeon. The next day, for me, I woke up that day just waiting to join my prayer for mercy, because I was so convinced that after that prayer, all these ones you people are saying is just story. When Pastor Jerry said bring out any negative reports, I didn't have his file with me at that point because the doctors took it. So all I did was place my hand at that place where he said he's having the pain. Like Joko, I don't know, but he said he said he's just going to say it the way he hears it, and then he said appendix cancer. Me, as soon as I heard appendix, I just said, it's my son. Oh, I typed it. He has. They said he has acute appendicitis. I typed it there. I said, Jesus, can this thing happen so fast? Secondly, you also said what you are scared of will not happen.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but through the mercies of our God, what you are afraid of will not happen. 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 Let your amen thunder loud.
What were we scared of? The surgery. Thirdly, when you said grace and mercy has gone ahead before you, I held on to it. I say, wherever these people are transferring me, grace and mercy has gone there to clear the road. Me, I'm just coming there to pass through. So, the doctor came, called us in, and then he looked at the file. He read everything that they've written in there. He told my son to lie down. He was touching him, like the physical exam. He now got down to the lower right. Initially he started gently pressing. My son did not move. He didn't cinch with pain the way he used to yesterday. So the doctor pressed harder. Nothing. He started pressing and moving. The next thing, my son started smiling. So the doctor said, okay, are you feeling any pain? He said, no, but what you're doing is tickling me. Jesus. I said, He said, no, what you're doing is tickling me. God have mercy. I'm like, okay. Even the doctor looked at me. I looked at him. I laughed. I said, Jesus. He got up. He said, okay, we have to redo, because it's another hospital, so we have to redo the tests again. He sent him for a urine test. The urine came back, no infection, and then he sent him for the ultrasound again. Sent him and took another blood to do another blood test. She checked. She switched the stick, that thing that looks like a microphone or whatever that they used to check. She used the smaller one and started checking again. Nothing. She told him to lie on his side, which he did. He laid on his side. She was still using the smaller one to check. So she now said that if there was an inflammation, of the appendix, that she wouldn't be looking for it like this. He would have jumped up at her. That, in fact, that she can't even see his appendix, which is normal in kids, because it's quite small. Let me read her final comments. She said, normal abdominal ultrasound. Normal appendix is not visualized. However, there are no secondary signs to suggest acute appendicitis. Hey, now so the thing they happen. The blood test this time around, came back. It was clear. Dr. Kukuma said, this is the final thing he wrote in because they gave us our file, He said, discharged in safety advice. Safety advice unto, he said, if there is any pain or if he starts vomiting or he has fever, that I should bring him back. I said, doctor, I'm not coming back here. I have never seen instant miracle in my life. Hey, truly what God cannot do does not exist. I went through the first doctor, acute appendicitis. Second, acute appendicitis. Third, early infection in the appendicitis. Fourth doctor, discharged. Sometimes when you I've been thinking about this thing, trying to make sense of it, it doesn't make sense to me. My son has gone back to school like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. I am grateful. Pastor Jerry, I am grateful.